Testing. Oh. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. Peak the audio. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm back, so let me mute myself before I go crazy. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what was going on with my microphone there. I guess my mic settings in OBS were set to default, and I guess my default mic changed. So a few things have happened since I last streamed on, well, when was that? When did I last stream? Four days ago? Sorry. Okay, a few things have changed. If you haven't seen my page since then, I've been trying to work on posting more. I've been posting shorts. I really need to start posting some regular videos soon, but been working on the macaroni animations. Haven't done much since my last short. I did change how this microwave works a little bit. Started covering up some inaccuracies in realism. Trying to figure out. I kind of jumped into this project, but that's okay. We'll have to jump into something sometimes. I'm sure things will change as we go on. Added a few things. Let's see here. Heating element. Let me turn my mic down just slightly. That's good. Added a heating element, a broil element, and then I decided to make these kind of holographic. I couldn't really. I was just too lazy to make like the regular little timers work. Maybe we changed those back. I'm not sure. And then I thought I was gonna just do the asset in here and then we'll move it to a different scene, but maybe we do it in here. I don't know. I just feel like I need to finalize different assets before I start working on something, but here, let's see how this works. It's my compositor here. Blender Guru posted today, like, it feels like it's been years. I know he posts occasionally, but it feels like it's been forever, you know? It's pretty cool to see him around. Blender Guru, CG Geek, that's how I got started. Okay. We could also do this, I guess, in Eevee. Well, it would just take a lot of work. I'm just thinking about that because I saw the Blender Guru tutorial he posted today. It was actually pretty interesting. It was how to use Eevee. There was a lot of good tips in there. It's a long video. I feel like I would spend more time trying to figure out how to get Eevee to work, though, at this point. Unless you start out in Eevee, and that's fine. You know. Just seems like a hassle, and I have a decent graphics card, so cycles isn't too much of a problem. I also played around with some liquid simulations to get kind of a cheese drizzle on the mac and cheese. We'll look into that. Probably not today. I really want to get this done though, so we're gonna speedrun this. Right now I'm just looking at what I have. Excuse my dog barking. Okay. Also, this grid was just so hard to make. I finally landed on making just the basic grid and then solidifying it in subdivision surface, but it still doesn't look great. There's still some kind of, not artifacts, but weird shading things. I have it on low for viewport, but like my final render mesh is like this, and actually Interesting. Okay. So yeah, we got our broil element here, and then we got this fan in the back kind of thing. I got some hologram kind of elements from Sanctus Library, and those work great. I love these things, the decals. And you can add your own, so it's nice. I just tried to make something with what I had. I don't know if I love it. Maybe we come back to this. Maybe we work on the mac and cheese. Let's work on making this an asset here in the texture for it. Actually, let's check out the animation for this real quick. Just want to see how it looks. I kind of have an idea what I want to do for the background, but I just made this like weird abstract noise texture with a brick texture and a Voronoi texture and like mixed it. It does fit the color theme. It's not perfect though. I've been really doing some research into the IK constraints and like the libraries that Blender uses and stuff. I really want to do something concept art, mechanical kind of thing, and learn how to use that, but not today. Hopefully next week. And I think we're gonna have to redo this simulation, but at least I know how to do it now. It's fine. Need to do some animation, which I don't do often. I don't really touch the key and framing stuff, the graph editors and stuff, but I'm gonna have to touch some graph editing probably. Actually, just linear. Bezier. Interesting. So you have interpolation, you have your easing, and then you have your dynamic elements. These be fun to play with. Animators have a lot of fun tools, don't they? Alright, this is the original one that I was working on. Okay, what did I do for the cheese on this one? And then we'll go back to the other one. Tell you what, I'll just copy this and we'll... It's amazing how much compositing does for you afterward too. Uh, hmm. Concerning. Interesting. I think we're gonna need to redo the cheese here. Or do we just... Yeah, I don't think these are the way to go. I think we're gonna need to use a subsurf. We actually might be able to use like a wave modifier, or like a deform displacement modifier. Yeah. Not enough geometry. Whoa. There we go. We're getting closer. That. I think the hard is a little bit better for the texture. I like that. Looks pretty good, actually. Okay, this is a good color for the macaroni. Okay, it is a little saturated, but I don't want to desaturate a lot, but I want to make it like somewhat realistic. It doesn't matter too much if it's unrealistic. Alright, we're gonna keep a log here. Did they change the noise checker to that new one that, like, noise? They changed it, like, from Perlin noise, didn't they? Like, to simplex noise? Yeah, they changed it to simplex. So yeah, they changed the noise texture from Perlin noise, the original algorithm, to simplex noise because I think Perlin still made simplex noise from what I reading on Google. Yeah, okay, so simplex noise and Perlin noise were also created by Ken Perlin as an optimized version of Perlin noise. It's more efficient, but it was under patent or something like that. I thought about that. I thought that, and then I never checked that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's why the new noise texture. Then we also have colors to our noise texture now too. Well, I guess, did we always have text colors? We probably did, I just never realized it. And these are a little bit better, and then we also have some new types, kind of more like Voronoi. Looks a lot better now. Okay. It's really hard to see though. I feel like there's a better way to do this, but I can't remember, so you know what? Doesn't need to be full. Hell, yes. Full, because there isn't too much difference in color for these. You can kind of see it. Want to be somewhat shiny, but like, I remember looking at photos of mac and cheese, just analyzing them, and the cheese is always shiny, but not reflective, of course. Kind of looking at this right here, you can kind of see the little highlight, but that's about it. Be a little less, but this always confuses me because I know all these settings were here, but they weren't like this. I thought Simplex Noise was outlined for, I don't know, it was outlined, but everyone knew kind of how it worked, but like no one implemented it or was allowed to implement it, you know. All right, that'd be fun. Should make a short about that. Oh wow, that looks really good. That just elevated it to like a whole new level with the cheese. Okay, it doesn't need to be that strong, but like it elevated it just so much. So there needs to be two sets of noise textures. The first one needs to be in swirls, kind of to get the initial texture, and then the top one needs to add the detail on top of that. There's not a ton of detail, so this would be the second layer of that noise texture that gets added on. And that doesn't need to be very strong at all. I might make it a little bit stronger to make it more obvious. This is slightly stylized, but I'm trying to make it somewhat realistic. But it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely need this, but I'll just re-add it in. The amazing things you can do with a noise texture and color ramp, right? You can do so much stuff with the noise, texture, and color ramp. And maybe this isn't the right... What do we have for texture? I'm just gonna explore here. Ooh. It's like a zebra pattern? I can't really tell. Ring texture might kind of be what we want. We add slight distortion. Ah, yeah. This is what we want. Okay, we're going to use this for the main wave detail here. So we'll attach this to the bump node, and always attach it to the height, never attach to anything else. It's the height one that you want. Then you attach this to the normal, and then you... Whoa. What do you do? There you go. Should it be the other way around? It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Because they're going to get, like, basically added together. I'm gonna label these before I leave. 412? 412. Okay, now we kind of just see lines. That's fine. Mute this. Wait. Don't mute that. Just cut this for now. I'm not really sure what I'm thinking quite anymore, but that's okay. Looks like caramel. I don't know. Looks like a ice cream almost. Caramel drizzle. Ah, there you go. That's probably good. That looks good. Definitely want the more of the yellow color to be in here. want to just kind of see the... There's just the color node. Oh, yeah. RGB, that's it. Yeah, it looks a lot more plain. It's a very slight difference, but slight differences are the game. I feel like we should add like a layer of burnt cheese almost. I'm not exactly sure. It's just a lot of textures to add on top of each other. I mean, you can use a simple Perlin noise to distribute where it is, but then like after that it gets a little tricky. Check some reference photos here. No, not mac and cheese recipes. I don't want to cook mac and cheese. I'm a 3D artist, not a cook. Oh, I forgot to turn paint on. I didn't save. My computer's restarted since... Okay, I don't want to get copyright strikes, so hopefully I don't, but thank you to the Chunky Chef for this picture of, I think they made creamy, homemade baked mac and cheese. Yeah, baked mac and cheese, that's kind of what we're looking for. Kind of hard to tell. There are some complicated portions here of it, but okay. Ooh. Okay. If I hold shift, does that? If I hold control, does that? No. I have no idea how to manipulate photos. Okay. The cheese almost has kind of like crevices in it. And obviously just really a darker patch. Wonder if I could sample that color. This isn't exactly what we're going for, but it's a really good example of this kind of burnt areas of the mac and cheese. Not burnt, but like crispy. Crispy. Crispy is a good word. Man, that mac and cheese makes mine look to shame, but that's okay. Real life will always put you to shame. Okay. Maybe we go like a really dark area. It's like super saturated orange. There we go. And then we like I think we definitely got that kind of like crevice look with the wave texture and stuff. I don't know if the wave texture is completely necessary, but it does kind of work for that, and that's okay. I don't think people are going to be deeply analyzing this specifically, so it feels like there's like a here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna transfer this color to this peg. Peg? What are these called? Does anyone know? I should really put my YouTube chat up there in case. There we go, I can see you guys all now. If anyone has a good idea on that, go ahead and put that in the chat. I'm watching it, looking back and forth. Where was I? Let's see. Okay. Right, let's see. And this just needs to be super dark. Then we got a slight gradient. This can be almost like burnt. And just take our original yellow, like start by desaturating it. And just completely burning it. Perhaps desaturate just a little bit, but like they're actually pretty sudden, but more common. Not like super common. Yeah, it just kind of looks weird. I'm not sure. Maybe if I add it as a height thing. I'm not sure. I have to check if it's if the bump is going above or below, in like a area. Not sure how to check if it's a valley or like a hill. Okay. I think that's elevated, or trying to make it look elevated to a point. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to add bump textures, actually. Mm. Okay, so you can use a mix RGB, or you can do what I did. I think the problem is the distance affecting all the previous. Or not. It's not a terrible texture. I'll come back to it. I just want to see if I apply this cheese texture to the macaroni and see what happens. It's interesting. Actually, it doesn't look half bad. Oh, you know, I didn't really finish the, Yeah, it actually doesn't look half bad. It just looks like so horridly realistic, or like so detailed. I don't think it would have much sheen. Oh, subturf, right. Alright, let's see here. We can also add a, what is it called? Gotta look it up. I can't remember what it's called. Ambient occlusion, that's it. Ha 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 ha. Ha. I remembered now. You probably shouldn't do this with your bum nose. Okay, so I'm using a ambient occlusion node to outline where the macaroni is, so I can maybe create smaller indents in there, just to kind of indicate it's kind of the geometry is set into the cheese, you know. That makes sense. Let's try it. Great, pop my back. Can I? There we go. Can you guys like hear my keyboard? Let me see. You totally can. It's funny. My cousin was telling me that's keyboard ASMR. Oh, hold on just a second. Alright, let's see here. Finish that up, and I think I'll be done streaming for the day, but, hopefully be on... I'll definitely be on Friday, so join me then. Let's see. Let's finish this up. Oh, wow. That's only works if the macaroni instances are in the scene. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Unmute. And make it like extremely sharp and stuff. We might be able to see the effects. Potentially. I don't see anything right now. I think we'll come back to that. We'll definitely work on this a little bit more tonight, but I think this is wrapping up. Let's see here. I'll change this to the Blender render for just a second, so you guys can see. We'll definitely have to work on the macaroni. I think I know how all the things that I need to do for that work. I really would like to get a better texture for the cheese, just a little bit, but you know, that's not terrible. I spent most of my time doing that today, and I looked over we didn't even get to the microwave, or the toaster oven. I'm certainly going to work more on that in the coming days, so join me for that. Hopefully I can get a lot more work on this done. I was hoping to have more time on this, but it's okay. Or at least perceived more time. I always underestimate my time. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys are willing, subscribe. Also check out the rest of my channel. Hopefully I'll be posting regular videos soon. I'm still posting some shorts here and there, and live streaming at least Wednesdays and Fridays. So hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. And this render is not even close to done. Once this is composited, I imagine it's going to look awesome. I'm really excited to see it composited in materials and redo some of these, some of the effects for the rigid bodies. See you guys soon.